That's why some of Egypt's chambers point towards those star systems. Those star systems which we are welcomed in, which also act as amplifiers to see in more and in better efficiency than snapshots. A very poor explanation is that in England's time relative to Canada is 9 hours ahead when it is not. Now travel a few light years into the future and we see a future, perhaps a future that can be changed. This is the 2011 and not the 2012 paradox, which makes it the 11/11 synchronicity event, meaning that we have to synchronize by the 11th of this year, 2011. Because when that gateway initially opens as a byproduct of being close enough to that nexus point, activation will start to happen automatically. And what is going to happen is that some of us won't be able to contain this energy, especially those people that have been preparing themselves without the assistance of actual bona fide secret teachings, of spiritual teachings. Now the only way you can get those things is if you go directly into a temple. But the trick with temples and masters is that every master only knows a little bit of everything. That's how enlightenment is supposed to work. You're supposed to change and adapt yourself accordingly so that you can also change your learning styles. That way you're never stagnant. And then this is the processing powers and the capabilities that you have to work around and work with in order to adapt and apply this type of learning, because we have to bring together 8 intelligences, and that's no small deal. So when you have a frame of mind, a foundation where you can actually have very good learning skills, then those learning skills can translate to emotional learning, physical learning, mathematics, but it's more analytical, magic, and other intelligences, music, and it just gives you an excellent foundation, and you'll process better, and you'll be able to connect memories better, and you'll activate the memories that are in your brain from previous lives, and for all of a sudden you're going to be able to do things. And that's why deja vu is explainable. It's explainable because we've lived a past life with those memories and with that person. So, or sometimes it could be the future talking to your present. See, that's where time is not time. And those are the problems that we're going to encounter. Time is not time. Your forward and your past are going to bombard your brain, and because we don't have the proper understanding and fundamentals, a lot of us are going to start going mental, and it's not going to be a good thing. The trick is to be aware. As long as people are aware, it's going to be safe. So, and this is what Isis and Quetzalcoatl did when traveling to Orion while asleep and remote viewing, or looking into the information embedded inside the light from our sun. And it's not just from our sun, it's the sun vibrates it, and all communications, radio, visual, especially visual, and emotion and music, all frequencies are sent shooting out, and they can tune into it, and they do that by surrounding the planet, surrounding the earth through different points and amplifying that signal to shoot out. But what people don't know now is that stone is an excellent conductor, especially of sound. So what they did was they embedded magic into sound to amplify the visuals and thought. But they needed a source, and that source was the ark. many arcs then. There's actually, I'll explain this later, but you need an amplification source that is able to connect all points to the Earth. So when that happens, you need a tremendous power source to amp it up so then there's a connection. And what the Mayans did, because those things were taken away, and that arc was taken away from them too, and what they did, because they didn't have it, they started killing people and using their souls as energy. So, I mean, it was a very expensive cost for what they did, but it is wrong, and I'll explain to you why. And as we continue, you'll understand. Q1, how 2012 and longer age span will forever change marriage. In 2012, when there will be a more energy available, we will need to upgrade our brains. By activating junk DNA, our lifespan will increase 50 to 100 years on average. This, however, can only happen if we use our 8 intelligences. And it depends on how much spiritual work you've done when you go to sleep. When you go to sleep, you go into the spirit world, and your spiritual life is based on 2012. Because when that gateway actually physically opens in 2012, once we pass the galactic center, then it's permanent because we're on the other side of positive energy instead of at the Kali Yuga, which is the real meaning of Kali Yuga. Kali Yuga just means dark ages or dark spiritual times, just like how the Christians view the dark ages when Jesus died. The dark ages started way before that. And this cycle, this Kali cycle, is part of is part of the reason why, and is part of the reason why we're in this state of insanity. So it depends on how much spiritual energy you have and how much positive energy that you, or karma that you have. And Q1, again, is another paper. It's called Mayans and Sacrificing Energy, Producing Chaotic Energy, and much more. So this will explain that. And what will also explain the above is how remote viewers, which is Q1 as well, how remote viewers see our future, 2012, pole shift, and time travel. Now, what we haven't been told about our nature, about our past, about ourselves, and about the soul is the Holy Trinity. And this subject is a top secret subject, and I didn't learn this subject until 2008 or 9, and I've been doing this probation thing since 2002, 2003 officially. So it took me about 5-6 years. And probation, spiritual probation, is a time where you get tested. You get tested, and knowledge is given to you, and they see what you do with that knowledge. And anyone who tries to attain spirituality is put on probation automatically, because you begin to manifest certain things, and knowledge is power. So I mean, there's more to it than just this. It's a time of ascension and possible enlightenment. And it's a top secret subject and is very important revelation to true spirituality. And revelation is actually Greek. It means unveiling or unveiling, and unveiling also is esoteric. Esoteric meaning secret. A hidden mystery to the majority of mankind. That's what it says in Greek. As you will see, there's a lot of secrets to be revealed. Q3, merging realities of daydreaming, dreaming, and ascension. It's merging realities of dreaming, daydreaming, and ascension. Q4, finding and binding secret knowledge from every religion. This is important for everyone, as there are pages of something that's hidden in every Bible of the world. Of every country. From every country, to be exact. Water, the science, water the science, water the magic, the secret and sacred construction of snowflake shapes, and the technology of blessing water. That's right, everyone can bless water, if we know what we're doing. Destiny has always been something that's been mysterious, but very obvious in our lives. People know that it's a part of us. It's a part of our future, as it was as much as we are in its past. And what we are in its past makes us who we are today. And one thing about destiny is that it's something that you can't avoid. But a lot of people are correct in saying that destiny is yours to make, which is what some of the New Agers think. However, it's a combination of everything. And what a lot of other people say, even Christians believe in destiny. I think they're called Protestants or something, I can't remember. But there's another thing about destiny. People say that you can't change destiny. So it's part of our past, it's part of who we are, because our souls are eternal. And we die and we come into life. And when we come into life, we bring forth our old memories, but we can't unlock them. And there's a reason why we can't unlock them, which I'll explain in a second. And it's only if you enlighten yourselves to remember your past reincarnations, then you can unlock them. And then you start to ascend. But actually, when you're unlocking memories of yourself, you're enlightening yourself. You're reaching an attainment of that prior life, enlightening, binding your spiritual strength, and your essence gets more stronger. And you can only do that if you can do it prematurely, and there are ways to unlock it that are not advised. And on top of it, there are other ways where you can, when you do unlock them, it's through getting rid of old karmas or learning lessons of your past experiences and traumas and getting rid of them by rewiring them, not by extincting them, which some hypnotists do. Hypnosis, which I'll explain later, is very important to the new psychology, which includes spiritual healing. It's just not popular because there has to be a science to it, and there is. But when the new psychology comes around, then it'll be used very much more so, only because the person will be conscious instead of being unconscious. But it does work, and it only for extreme cases will they put the person unconscious. But anyways, Q6 is destiny is what it seems and can be altered. Q5 is the four mandatory destinies, and a new pyramid of life, and how to skip levels of ascension.